Good evening, and thanks for tuning in tonight. I welcome you all to the show. This is Street Talk, and I'm Father Russ. And tonight, I hope to have a good, informative show for you. We've been talking about the issue of parenting and family courts over the last couple of months. And so tonight, I have a group with me, the Shared Parenting Council of Connecticut. And the Shared Parenting Council has a vision that the state of Connecticut will one day support and encourage both parents to be actively involved with their children on a regular and continuing basis. Judges need to ask each parent what they are doing to encourage active involvement by the other parent. This is an issue, as we say, that you folks have been with me, know about, and what we've been talking about. And I am really glad to welcome my guests. Right beside me is John Clapp, and on the other side of me, I have Eric Gladstein with me, and Ian Burris. And they're going to tell me about the Shared Parenting Program.
Well, it's very good to be on. Thank you very much, Father Russ, for inviting us.
Good to see you. And Eric, I guess it's going to be you that gets hit with your mission statement. Okay, maybe you can tell my audience what the mission is of
Well, I should start by saying thanks for having us on the show. And we all know many people that have had difficult situations with custodies, divorce, and I think that's how we all got involved with this originally, as we all thought that the entire process in the state of Connecticut was convoluted and made the situation much more adversarial. And we all got involved because we wanted to simplify the divorce and custody situation in Connecticut. And our group is called Shared Parenting Council of Connecticut Incorporated, and we have a website. You're welcome to visit us, Shared Parenting Council of Incorporated, inc.org. And our basic mission is to simplify the divorce and custody situation in the state, and we'd like to have a presumption of substantially equal time for the children with both parents. We feel that if that was a presumption by the state, that it would radically simplify the situation. It would make it much less adversarial. We've strongly advocated for mediation over the years. We helped get major legislation passed to simplify the laws. And I'll let John talk about that a little bit.
Well, one thing before I get into simplification, we do welcome women as members. We have several actively involved women. So our group is, although there are three men here, and Father Russ, I think you're a man too.
I hope so. And my hostess, I'm sorry to say, she's out sick tonight. Normally we have Tambria Moore with us, and Tambria, how you doing, dear? Is home sick. So normally I do have an equal gender show, one on each side.
Exactly, and we are definitely an equal opportunity shared parenting organization, and it's really all about children naturally loving and needing both parents. Children need the active involvement of parents, not only in caring for them physically and dealing with school issues and dealing with recreational issues and religious issues and health issues. And the parents need to make decisions in the best interest of the child. And really only parents can know what's the best interest of the child. A court cannot raise children. And our main mission is to change attitudes in Connecticut so that it's less adversarial, fewer cases go to court, and more cases are worked out by the parents in the best interest of the child.
I noticed on your sheet from the website, why shared parenting. I guess the question arises to me. Here we have people that got divorced, and we have difficulty on both sides. So the question becomes, why shouldn't one person get it versus the other?
Right, and the reason is that children naturally love and need both parents involved. And there are certain situations where, say, the father's point of view is very important and very influential with the child and models a male role model for the child. And there are other situations where the mother is equally important, and the nurturing relationship with the mother is the most important thing to the child in those situations. Both are needed. That's our
There's
our
actually
point.
many studies supporting that you need both parents, that the children do much better when both parents are involved roughly equally. They higher success rates in school, lower dropout rates, lower problems with young ladies getting pregnant, lower
Delinquency rates are lower. Exactly. In fact, one of my favorite studies is by a group in Princeton University, where they did a very elaborate and statistically valid study of a large group of children where the fathers had been incarcerated.
Yeah, right. I was going to lead right to, the reason my show is really on, and the reason we do it, is the prison. You have a great audience watching you from prison, because they're watching me, and this is really what this show is part of, helping those individuals that are marginalized and poor. And that's exactly who I want to hit.
Yeah. And basically, the point of that Princeton study is that the children then become more likely to be incarcerated when the father is absent, whether the father is incarcerated or just absent because perhaps the courts have decreed that the father shouldn't be involved in the children's lives, or there's been physical separation, one or another parent has moved out of state. For whatever reason, father absence is highly correlated with youth incarceration.
Yeah, well, in my situation, as I was discussing you before, and I ended up with my children, which people say, wow, an ex-convict having the kids. And it somewhat proves that whether you're bad or whether you're not, if you're parenting and you do a good job, your children seem to be all right. And that's, I was wondering if, Eric, that was one of the things you were talking about, the study. I know there's been several studies saying that even if people are have problems and stuff like that, they still should be involved with the child.
Absolutely, and I can kind of add to that a little bit. I think that one of the things that's important to look at is from the child's perspective, both parents bring something to the table. And as an individual, we both have individual strengths, and they're going to be different. Now, we will both have weaknesses as well, obviously, but the more as parents that we can focus on those strengths of the other parent and help the child to seek those out in the other parent, the stronger the child becomes, because they get a better perspective overall. Regardless of where the child's coming from, or the parents coming from, or what their experiences have been. So I think that's something that's incredibly important, and something that we would certainly put both on the father's end of things and on the mother's end as well.
And there can be very great variation in good parenting styles. There are a lot of things that can work, and children can do well with a wide variety of parental types. It's when they're prevented from seeing one of the parents over a long period of time that things are really the outcomes are much worse for children in those cases, in my opinion.
One of the things that we've seen and that we've strongly advocated for is mediation as a first step in divorce and custody cases, rather than immediately going to court, hiring all